From the Colts and the Patriots Thursday nighter. We're looking ahead, of course, to a full slate of action in Week 5. But let's check in with my favorite person on planet Earth, Will Selva, out in the newsroom talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the game.
Yes, absolutely. Start in New Orleans there, Kay. History could be made there on Monday night when Drew Brees takes the field against the Redskins. Brees currently third on the NFL's all-time passing yards list behind Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. But with 201 passing yards, Brees would become number 1 on this list. What are the odds of Brees not reaching that mark? Well, he has thrown for more than 201 yards in 210 of his 252 career starts. So, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's going to happen. Brees spoke about the pending history-making moment.
Listen, I think when it's all said and done, I think it just it speaks to the longevity, if anything. And it says a lot about the teams I've been on, the coaches I've had a chance to play with, and the teammates, the players. I mean, everybody has a hand in this, and I hope they know that.
Well, through a game and a half of his NFL career, Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield has thrown for 496 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He still has a long way to go, obviously, before we fit him for a gold jacket. But Ravens defensive coordinator Don Martindale already putting Baker up there with a couple Hall of Famers.
I think Baker Mayfield's this generation's a Brett Favre or John Elway, if you will. I mean, this guy knows where he wants to go with the ball, and he's very accurate. He has a quick release, and he's really playing well. So, you know, obviously he's playing well. They scored 42 points, you know, last week against Oakland, and they're, you know, in the top 5, 10 of scoring offense. So, you know, I think that he's done a nice job filling in, and it seems like they have more rhythm with him as a rookie every play that he's in there.
All right, Favre and Elway, you would have to consider that Favre played in 302 career games, while Elway played in 234 career games, Kay. And, well, Baker Mayfield has been in a game and a half. So,
yeah,
comparison,
a
little strong.
A little bit of a difference.
There is that. Yeah.
Can I get an eyebrow raise from you, Will?
There you go. How's that?
And thank you. That's just in time for Top 5 Friday. Let's do it and talk some fantasy football here. Last week, who do you guys think won?
Me.
Kyle,
you, Kay. I got you.
You got me?
Yeah.
What if I told you that Nate crushed everybody? Nate,
yes.
You're on the board. Finally, this was a beating that you put on.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I believe you call it soccer.
Victory.
Yes.
Let's
in the face. In the face.
He's at the window screaming into Times Square right now. If you can't see this lineup, your Green Bay defense crushed it.
That's what I'm talking about, Kay. You got to go defense, and look at that guy, Pat Mahomes. Jared Cook had a day. He went nuts. That was my sleeper right there.
They shut out Buffalo.
Yes.
That's
so
big
let's
points.
look at the Week 5 big board. We worked really hard, got out our abacuses, and created the Key-sos board. You know, you have your coins, 5 to 1, of course, and your mix of quarterbacks. Got to pick one each. Cannot go over 15 Key-sos. And you got to pick a defense as well. So let's build these perfect lineups for the weekend. Nate, defending champ. I'll let you go first here.
Yeah, I went down the list: Mahomes, Cup, Gurley, McDonald, and Chargers, but Gurley is my winner. I'm going with that guy. He's going to hold me down up against the Seahawks. I feel like he's going to have himself a day. He's going to reclaim the title of best rusher in the league.
You're paying big for Mahomes up against Jacksonville.
I am.
I put this on there specifically so you'd fall for the bait. How do you feel about that?
Because I actually went cheap. I went McDonald 1 and Chargers defense. I go cheap first. That was my strategy last week. So then I was like, whoa, I got all this money left over. Might as well get the best quarterback in the league.
Newman has the Giants at 3 Key-sos. You think Mahomes will have what then, like 4 touchdowns, 300+ yards? That's what you're saying basically by paying up for him.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback in the league, Kay.
All right, let's move on to who wants to go next. Kyle, go.
Well, Kay, you'd have to tase me to keep me away from Mark Ingram this week. I'm getting some Ingram. And you know I love a double dip at the crab dip at the party, so I'm going Mark Ingram and Michael Thomas. I like my Saints, 2 Saints, and I do have to say, I think I got the steal of the entire thing when I only spent 1 Key-so on the Niners D against the Cardinals, who have been struggling. Ooh. And I like that start right there. Nate won it with defense last week. I think I will this week.
My question for you, out of the 4 of us, sorry to bury the lead here, Peter and I both chose Vance McDonald. at a beautiful value here. 1 Key-sos. This is the guy you sent a trophy to, my friend. This is the guy you have been, he is your new Jimmy Garoppolo. How are you the only one of the 4 of us to not pick him in your lineup?
And we sent him 2 trophies, Kay. Probably 3 next week.
What's
You're right.
the deal?
I like Jimmy Graham. I think he's due for a big Jimmy Graham game, like a 5 catches, 3 touchdowns type game. He's due.
Yeah, Shrakes is the kind of guy who likes to spend on defense. Is that what you did this week?
I did. I went with the Tennessee defense as my anchor this week, but that's burying my lead, Kay. You know who I went with that 5-pointer. I fell for the bait, too. I'm going Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to ride this guy as long as I possibly can. Look, everyone was like, he had an off game in Denver. Threw for 300 yards, rushed for a touchdown, completed a touchdown, and he threw one left-handed. I don't care if Mahomes is going up against the 85 Bears. I'm taking him. That's what I'm going with.
I like it, 2 for Mahomes. I will show you guys my big board now. I didn't get the win last week. Nate crushed it. I'm not going to go Mahomes. I am going to go Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Key-sos seems like a lot, but he is averaging 289 yards a game this season. He's having a career year, guys. 11 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions, and he's got an Oakland pass defense that really isn't all that scary. I'm going to show you T.J. Yeldon is like my big one here. Fournette's been ruled out.
Sure.
Yeldon had 2 touchdowns last week. They're going to have to use him a ton in this game to try to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, and he's clearly threatened the receiving game as well. I also fell for Vance McDonald, and the Broncos defense, I mean, the Jets offense isn't really scary, so I'm certainly going to go in their direction.
Is Kyle the only one that hasn't won yet?
You won.
No, I didn't win.
Oh, sorry,
I'm terrible
Kyle.
at fantasy. I say it every week. Terrible. I love it, but I'm bad at it.
That basement's cold, huh?
All right, I'm going to
Everybody needs to be bad at one thing.
I'm going to tweet this bad boy out.
Stairs.
Everybody, I'm tweeting this out so you guys can check it out and make your own thing, do your thing. And if you can make a better lineup than us, we'll air it on the show on Monday. That's it for Top 5 Friday. Up next, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Balled out. Do you guys remember the 184 yards? It's like
Hell
we
yes.
forgot it because the bye week happened, Shrakes.
I know. It's like out of sight, out of mind. This guy was amazing the last time we saw him.
Can you rack up even more yards against the Giants
Mr.
on
Christian.
Sunday?
The night range.
Mr. Christian.
Roman. For the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online, shipped discreetly